Hey everyone, it is Ellen Teresa from Advocate of Soul. And as many of you know, I love to bring people on who have a message and a story and just transformation, because I feel like our planet is in a real evolving place right now. And people are awakening and people are seeing things and people are understanding systems haven't worked and they're wanting to break away from those type of things. And so I kind of ran across my next guest on another podcast. And then I started following him on Facebook because, you know, this is what you do with social media. And Wisdom Amedu is here, and he is from Nigeria. And I've heard bits and bobs of his story, but it'll be also new for me as the host. And so, Wisdom, I just want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your schedule just to share, to be a light, to be kind of like a fire starter, I think, under people's butts, you know, where they need it, to wake up and to see things, but to also share your journey. So I'm really excited to have you here, Wisdom. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ellen, for having me. Thank you.
So,
It's an honor to be here.
so I know that you have quite a backstory to where you are now. And, you know, when I read your biography and all of that, you're one who just kind of shifts through time and you're ever evolving and you're constantly changing. But there were times and spaces in your life where you were stuck and you were caught and you were in different mindsets. So I'd like you to take us back to the days of where you were kind of stuck in all of this conditioning, and then how that led to where you are now, which is freedom, expansion, and light. So the platform's yours.
Thank you once again. I love the way you put it. I'm in freedom right now because the life before now was that of religious bondage, which also had a part to it that is also a process of growth. So I cannot just fault religion totally because it also played a role in bringing me to where I am today. Wisdom Amedu Osezeli is my complete name. I was born and raised in Edo State, Nigeria, and my life started in church. My mom, pretty much everyone around me, they were members of the Assemblies of God Church as at then, before we joined the Baptist. Going to Sunday school, joining the choir, prayer band. That was how I started, progressing in the church ladder till I started getting positions of leadership. And just from there evolved this call, what I call the call of God, which was also confirmed by some people who heard me teach, who heard me move in the graces of God. And that established me as a minister. I also went to Bible college and in the Redeemed Christian Church of God and in the Omega Fire Ministry, the Omega Bible Institute. Then afterwards, I started my own mission. I started my own church January 16th, 2011, my first church.
Mm-hmm.
So I started pastoring, but then these different ministries, the Baptist was more like a teaching church. And then the other missions I joined, they were charismatic and very, very much prophetic. So it gave me a mix of teaching and the prophetic, But the teaching aspect of it was what got me grounded, hooked in studying the scriptures. Because there's no growth out of religion if you don't commit to study.
Mm-hmm.
I had a personal Bible study life. And that led me to comparing scriptures with scriptures. And, I started seeing, a few contradictions here and there. It just started growing from there till it became a full-blown deconstruction process for me.
So now,
that
Wisdom,
yes,
you're not the first person that has said that the Bible led them to deconstruction, which is very interesting. Yes. So can I ask you just some, like, from your memory, if you remember, just like some biblical passages and different contradictions that you saw in the Bible?
That's a very, very interesting question. Let's see, as we progress, they will keep coming. The foundational contradiction was between law and grace. At first, I saw it as the progress of the Bible, different dispensations under which God led his people, from the law of Moses to the grace of Jesus Christ. But then in that grace, I started seeing that the doctrine of hell creeping into the grace of God, the doctrine of judgment, which I could not place it. Love and judgment, love and hell, eternal hell, not just something periodic, sent to hell forever and ever. That did not settle for me. I looked at Jesus, I saw him being so graceful, gracious, loving. But then in his own teaching, he talked about reserving eternal judgment. I was like, I don't get it.
Yes.
Is it Jesus that is saying this, or they made him say this? I'm talking about my foundational questions now.
Yeah.
I was having this. Is it Jesus saying this? Because a part of me wanted Jesus to be just Jesus, full of grace and truth. But in the scriptures, there was this part of him that was not too different from where I thought we had transcended, which is the law. And then bringing it to the apostolic era and the epistles, I saw that the epistles, they also brought in another kind of balancing of the grace of Jesus Christ and the law in such a way that hell is there. If you don't receive the lordship of Jesus Christ. And hell did not seem to me as a just punishment. It wasn't just because it was eternal. I used to give this as a kind of example. I lived my life for 100 years. And for that 100 years, I did not submit to the lordship of Jesus Christ. Then I get billions and billions and billions of years of torment for 100 years of disobedience.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yes.
I did not quite like
that. So that must have been very interesting to have that begin to happen and evolve while you were in ministry. Because I was a missionary. I did that for several decades. And that's where my deconstruction happened, was on the mission field. And I remember standing up one day thinking to myself, I don't believe anything anymore that I am here to do. Like, this message does not feel right. And so it's interesting, isn't it? When you're in ministry and everything of your foundation is dismantling piece by piece.
It's even more difficult because you stand there preaching a gospel that you are questioning.
Yes. Yes.
You give it to the people, then you go back and you're having this contradictions within yourself, these questions within yourself. I was there for a long time, and I don't know how to describe the feeling. It is very unsettling. You lose your peace totally. That was the condition for me for like 6 years.
Did you talk to anybody at that time? Did you talk? I mean, was there people you could confide in?
I had a few people, especially Mr. Paul Ebede. Mr. Paul Ebede was the one that introduced me to the gospel of Jesus Christ, pure grace. So I transitioned from just preaching anywhere, any scripture inspired by the Holy Spirit, into understanding that the entire scriptures are pointing to the salvation of God's people in Christ. So all my messages had to come through the cross. So when I started questioning again, even that grace, which I began to see was not a full grace, a complete grace, that there were a condition, there were conditions in it. If Jesus died for the whole world, then the whole world is saved automatically.
Yes.
If you say Jesus died for the world and one has to receive that, join the church, get baptized to be saved, then there is a condition.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought this question to him. We discussed it here and there. We went deeper to look into the works of Kenyon, E.W. Kenyon, on grace. I still did not find my answer. For him, he was comfortable with the message. He did not want to ask further questions. For him, it was okay. Jesus did a lot for you. The least you can do is receive him. If you don't, you deserve to roast in hell forever and ever. He was okay there.
Yeah.
But for me, I could not come to accept that glorious work of salvation is depending on my obedience to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was this question again that was, I don't know, it was Paul who asked. He said, if by one man's transgression, condemnation came upon mankind, automatically, once you are born, you inherit the disobedience of Adam. It should be the same, that the moment you are born, after the work of Christ is finished on the cross, the moment you are born under a new frequency, a new consciousness, a new reality, that the work of Christ has abolished the disobedience of Adam. It is supposed to be Jesus versus Adam. I am supposed to benefit from whatever happened in that transaction. I don't have any part to play in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was having this battle within myself while I was still preaching. So I did not know how to tell the people that those in church are not different from those outside the church.
Oh.
I did not know how to tell. I did not know how to tell the people who believe that they are doing the works of righteousness, they are stressing themselves to please God, that all of their works are but nothing, that they are the same. Every one of us are the same. If I would say that, would it not be an insult to their commitment and to their works of righteousness? But still, I saw that if I would make them understand this, they will begin to treat other people outside the church with respect. And this mutual respect no condemnation. We bring love. We give birth to love. And this love will bring brotherliness. And it will make the world a better place. So that was my reality then. That was what I was going through.
I love what you had to say about how everybody is on an even playing field, because this is the thing with Christianity, and over time it seems there's a hierarchy with it. I'm up here and you're down here. You aren't in church, but I am, so I'm better. I'm getting it all. And when you make it a sweeping thing, such as, oh, you're just like the neighbor next door. Oh, and the neighbor next door is just like you. And there's this oneness, there's this symbiotic relationship that's there. That changes everything. Because that really tacks onto the spiritual ego, doesn't it? It like knocks on it.
Yes. And that is what then in those days in church, that was what I saw that the church needed. They needed to understand that being in church does not make them special. We are equal, same in the eyes of God. Though I have also deconstructed that and I've moved above that. We are taking this step by step. So first I tried to see if I could bring my message in a way that it is Christian deconstruction in Christianity. I did not see myself moving out of Christianity. I was trying to find a platform in Christianity that is religion neutral. Separation is not there. No judgment. That blurs the line between the believer and the unbeliever. I tried to find that, but after some time I discovered that this is my journey. I have to commit to this journey. Forget about who I am teaching. I am not going through this to teach others. I'm going through this to come to a place of freedom. So I should concentrate on my journey. So that was when I stopped trying to bring my deconstruction into the church. So I would come to church, drop whatever questions I'm facing or I'm having, and preach the gospel the way I have been preaching it before. Even the things I no longer believe in. But it was difficult, I must tell you.
Yes, yes. Because it must feel like a dishonoring of yourself. It's a dishonoring of the process. You're like betraying yourself. You're standing up there saying, and this was the thing, right? We didn't let that's hypocrisy, right? You know, if we're gonna call it that, right? And we would go after people who were doing that. But then I went through something very similar too. I dumbed down what I was learning just so I could, and I realized more and more and more, I am betraying myself and I am keeping myself looping and in this stuff I no longer believe. And I'm also keeping the hearer who's hearing my message in deception. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that as a teacher.
I must tell you, Ellen, that to this day, there are a lot of preachers in that position.
Yeah.
They are questioning. They know some of the things are not the way they preach them. Some of them, they've grown too big. They've built that big mega churches and no longer go back. In my case, my fear was, what will I eat? I had nothing else doing. I was a full-time pastor. If I'll come out with this and preach this as it is, and the people go away, what happens to me? So for 6 years, I tried, but not for long, because, like, as you said, I was fighting against myself. So one day I said, you know what? That's it.
And you left.
That's how it ended. I left, yeah.
And so did people around you like try to bring you back in? Did they say you were deceived? I mean, what was the whole thing there with people?
When I left pastoring, before I closed my church, I was no longer a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So my conscience would not allow me run a church as a business. So I organized a conference. I called it the Inner Life Convention. It was going to be my last program with my members. We were about 200. And I was going to tell them what had happened to me, that I know must happen to them too. We started. I taught them that Christianity neither adds nor removes from who we are organically, by birth, by default. Whatever we've come to believe are just ideas of the mind. And we have the power to not allow those ideas or concepts limit us. We have the freedom to not fear, but question those ideas. How
Yes.
true are these things?
Yes.
And when we question, we should not be afraid of judgment.
Yes.
While I was teaching, some of them started standing up and walking away. Mm. So by the end of the convention, I had but 5 people left. Yes. And these 5 people, every Sunday, we no longer had the church. They will come to the house, we will sit down. They will ask me these things. How did you come about them? We will discuss. So as we progressed, a month, 2 months, one of them left, another followed, 3 remained, and those 3 experienced, they started having their own journey. They started questioning for themselves. And today, they are no longer Christians themselves. They have better and beautiful lives going for them. They don't judge anybody. You call them today and say, would you like to go back to being a Christian? They tell you, when you taste this freedom, there's no going back.
Absolutely.
So out of 200 people, 3 got saved.
Yeah. Yeah. So from, when those type of things happen, we can feel that inner freedom in us. And it's like, oh, we have this inner freedom. It's great. But there also is a grief that can happen too, a sadness, because you've gotten to know these people. They've become your family. They've become your community. They, maybe they are members of an actual family with you. So how did you work through the emotional toll of all of that?
You see, there are two dimensions to this question. First, breaking my attachment to Jesus Christ of Nazareth was harder.
Yes. Oh, I'm right here. Keep going.
It was my everything. When family disappointed, when friends disappointed me, when nobody understood me,
Yeah.
I had that Jesus
Yes.
to rest on. Read his words, hear his voice in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Now growing to see
Mm-hmm.
that Jesus was also a version of me ministering to me. How do I let go?
Yes.
I cried so many nights. And slowly, as he started fading away, he didn't stop. I was trying to get a hold of him. I couldn't. There is that point you get to. You can't redeem yourself. You can't go back. Jesus left. Or Jesus became me.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's my family, friends, pastors I had trained under me. I saw judgment from them. They said things behind me, crazy things, crazy, heartbreaking things. But the thing is that once you've got into freedom, nobody can get into the core, the center of your peace to trouble you. That freedom brought me to that center place. So the whole world can fall apart, no problem. There is peace there.
Mm-hmm.
My mind and my emotions sometimes will want to look at those things, but the peace is overwhelming. It's, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about when I talk about this peace.
Mm-hmm.
Overwhelming peace. So Jesus is gone. I have realized eternal peace within me. That all the troubles of life will come there and, just be nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They all left, and I was not angry with anyone. I just told them, someday you are going to see what I saw. And I hope then you will understand why I stopped the church. Some said you gathered members to take their money. Now you've ended the church. Would you give their money back to them? Well, during my church days, I wasn't taking tithes because it was a pure grace ministry, but we accepted free will giving.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody was. You, we are
I'm
back.
here.
So
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was the strangest thing. Okay, so this is good. All right.
so, so I did not let whatever they said get to me. So that
Yeah.
was it.
So this, it's interesting you're talking about this because it felt like when I used to serve in the church, and maybe you can relate to this, you're serving in the church, and it felt like the peace wasn't there. I didn't have that abiding peace like you're talking about. But when I left, and even though my emotions and my mind and everything got rocky, there was this peace, that this unshakable thing down in my core. Like, I mean, in this space and place that people said I should have had for the last 35, 40 years of like serving in the church. What do you call that peace for you? What is that peace? Where is that peace for you?
Thank you. You see, I love to talk about this peace because when I realized it, I got so interested. I wanted to understand what this peace is. First, I found that it was coming from a place of rest.
Yes.
There is no rest in religion. I would say this boldly, that the one most disturbing and, or I call it the one most distressing thing that a human being deals with is religion. A God to please, a prayer life to maintain, a self-condemnation that comes with when you deal with the everyday people. You know, people are crazy.
Yes.
And they push you to a point that you just have to be human with them. When you get out of that, there is that voice telling you a child of God does not behave that way.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's condemnation.
Shame.
Shame.
Yeah.
That is what robs us of this peace. This peace is there.
Mm-hmm.
It is just disturbed by religion. If it is no religion disturbing it, it is tradition. Like Africa, we are Africans. We are born under some weird traditions or some upbringing in the family, parental, I don't know what to call it. They try to drive into the mind of the child a way to behave. One thing about deconstructing religion, when you deconstruct religion, you deconstruct everything. If Jesus, God, is not true, it's not what I was told, then what is true in this life?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And if you ask yourself that question, what is true in this life? You find out that nothing is true. Nothing is true. So that brings me to a life of feeling and living, being myself every day, being in my body every day, not in my head, not in ideas, not in what I was taught, but just feeling alive. This is where I live. This is how I overcome the problems I used to pray about, the issues I used to run to God about. This peace works magic. If you would just calm down, you will see that there is no problem at all. The problem is an illusion. So what we're going through in religion, the problem, which is an illusion, the God that solves the problem, another illusion, bringing illusion to illusion, being busy instead of just being. So
now, see,
this is what
I'm
yes.
going to jump in. I can hear somebody saying right now, I can hear them saying, that's great wisdom. That's just great for you. But look around. Look around.
Yes.
We've got wars and rumors of. Look around. Look at all the pain. Look at all the starvation. What you're saying is just like, are you ignoring things? I can hear people going down that track.
Of course. You see, the wars, the rumors of war, the pain the people go through, they are not real. You may be hearing this from me or may be hearing this for the first time. Nothing is real. But when we are in that ego mind, when we are consumed with selfishness, we are afraid of losing our life, we are afraid of pain, we are afraid of this and that. That is where we give power to death, to pain. Death and pain and distress will be God over our lives. Because we want sweetness. We are occupied with selfishness. But take that away, death is real. We must die. Pain is part of this thing. We can't take it away. But does this mean, yes, we must die, but does this mean we should just sit back and just let it come? And there is power in sitting back and letting it come. That is where the government of the universe, not your mind. Now, the universal, that is where the universal power plays. The things you allow may never come. The things you resist may come. So, in the end, the human being has to realize that what you do has little or no impact in what we be.
Powerful. Keep going.
And if you will just be, life will take care of life. We should stop taking upon ourselves this undue responsibility to make life better. I don't know how old you are, but throughout your life, if you've been working to make your life better, how better is your life through your work?
Well, that didn't work for me. It didn't. I'm in my 50s, and I have to say that no, that didn't work. It didn't.
Good.
Yep, I got tired. So, I burned myself out trying.
You burned yourself out.
Yeah.
So just rest.
Yes.
Rest. And in this rest, being at rest, this beautiful rest I'm talking about, it's not idle. This rest is like that of water. Water is not doing anything, Water is resting, but it's flowing. And in the course of flowing, it is moving away, sweeping objects away. It's giving life. It's permeating everything. If you come to rest in yourself, whatever work you will do from that place of rest will be work that align with rest, aligns with who you are, aligns with what life is preparing for you. And in this, you would find out that you achieve more with that intention than you will do intentionally.
Yes. I feel like we could just sit on that and just like cook a barbecue around that one. Yeah. Makes that's it. That's it. That's the rest. That's the peace. That's what we all thought was wrapped up in Jesus.
Yes.
But in reality, would you say that everyone has peace and rest within them? They're just not aware of it.
Yes.
Let's talk about awareness, because that's important.
You see, awareness is important. Before you become aware, you have to question. Questioning does not mean you are aware. Questioning is leading you to that awareness. The awareness I'm talking about is not the awareness of the dysfunction in religion. The awareness I'm talking about is not the awareness of contradictions.
Mm-hmm.
The awareness I'm talking about is a final arrival. It is what you realize at the end of the day, that you are aware of this whole, how everything works together. You are aware of how life is just life. Before you get to that beautiful awareness, there is a journey. You have to allow yourself. Don't resist yourself. Allow yourself rebel against what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Allow yourself backslid, if that's what you want to call it. Allow yourself fall from grace. Allow yourself lose your salvation. Allow yourself go against everything. But don't be happy. Oh, I'm questioning. I don't believe in these things anymore. That's not the final point. That is just
a journey.
That is just a journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that journey may take years. But when you arrive, when you are aware, when you become aware, you will know. I don't know if you see it, or I will send it to you. The I am tattoo. I will send it to you after this.
Yes.
When you become aware, you find out that one day you just wake up, you've seen the whole of life, and the whole of life is seeing you. There is no shadow anywhere anymore. No mystery to life anymore. That is home. When you are there, there is no new doctrine that will arise in any religion that will disturb that place that you are in. Because that awareness is the headquarter, is the final destination all paths leads to. All paths. Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, all paths, even atheism, will lead you to that place where you are just aware. You know, Ellen, it is impossible to describe this awareness.
Yes, yes, it is. Yeah.
It has to be experienced.
Yeah.
And when someone who is aware speaks to another person that is aware, it is not the words that bears witness. It is the experience. You know you are there. Oh, I know what he is saying. Not as words, but experientially. So
would it be fair
yes.
to say that you can have many points of awareness, or is it just one final thing? Because I kind of see it, and I'm talking about this because I think other people will have the same type of thoughts. There are times when I am aware of something and it's like, whoa, and it's a final thing, and I never go, I can't even go back. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's this thing like my eyes are open, everything's open, everything just but it's not like that for every single situation in life. So would you say that people have different times of awareness? It doesn't just have to be one final end.
Okay. There is the one final I.
Yes. Yep, I'm right there. Go ahead.
There are also loops of realization as you are approaching the one I. Do I call that awareness? Awareness that is blind is not the awareness. It is a realization that will bet another realization, that will bet another realization. Just allow yourself, keep waking up, waking up, waking up, waking up until there is no more sleep. So when I got to that I, look at death, beautiful. Life, beautiful. Everything is beautiful. And my friend Queen Olive would say, wisdom, yes, you talk about this. Remember, so person talked about this and got to a point and said, I don't want to live anymore, and just died. Don't die, wisdom, because now you don't see a difference between life and death. You don't see a difference between pain and joy. Where are you? I'll tell you this. I love everybody equally. This includes intimate relationship, children, parents. I have one love. That is the character of the one I. Love is no longer separate. Peace is no longer separate. Joy is no longer separate. There is no joy of being a mother, different joy of being a wife, different joy of being this. There is but one joy, one peace. There is no love for my children, love for friends separate. There is but love, just one love. And you are careful not to make those who feel they are the closest to you get to understand that you love them just the same way you love the stranger that's out there in the street. Because they would feel that that is not right. I have to be special to you. But when you reach the one eye, nobody is special to you than another. It is crazy. It is an experience. And in that same experience, such is your relationship with life and death. No one is preferred to the other.
Yes. Yes.
Life becomes one thing, one whole thing, and you are that one whole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a oneness.
You are making me speak and see at the same time. It's beautiful. These things are my musing when I just sit there and just love it and just soak it in and just live in it. And it's so sweet. One, there is only one, just one. And you are that one. One. Love, one. Peace, one. Joy, one. Pain, one. So, if the whole world would come to this point, wars and everything will take care of. Just, I think the world is evolving into that awareness in different ways.
Yes, I agree.
We will not be here in the body when the one universe, when the one I reaches fullness of awareness.
Yes.
Right? It is going there, but I tell you, there is massive progress. In the next 10 years, the discussion in the mainstream would shift completely to awareness, and consciousness. And one day, the entire universe would wake up and there will be no more night. There will be no more sleep. We would arrive at the day of the Lord, the day of the I. It is a day, and that day has no night to it. It is a day, and that day is eternal. And I can just see it because I am there.
Yes. Yes.
But we'll have to wait for the whole body of the one to wake up to that day. Through science, philosophy, religion, all paths will awake.
Yes. I believe that, actually. As I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you, I'm like, I believe that. It's like I know that.
Yes.
It's a knowing. It's like
It's
something
a
like,
knowing.
no,
Yes.
I've got chills all over. It's a knowing. Like I just,
yes.
It banishes the lie of separation. It banishes division completely if there's only one I.
Yes.
Because then I'm you and you're me. And the plant over there is me and I'm the plant. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yes.
There. Oh my God. There is something with that. And it is like water, if you think about it. Water, as it flows downhill or wherever it's flowing, it just easily goes around things and over things, and there's a flow to the whole thing. And it doesn't matter if there's a big boulder in there, it just goes round it, over it, under it. It doesn't stop its flow. And I feel like that's what you're talking about, that the eye never stops its flow because there's no obstacle, there's nothing to fight against in your
Nothing to
reality.
fight against.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Who's in opposition then? It's kind of like no weapon formed, right? Like what? Who? Yeah. Yes. Yes, wisdom.
So this is the journey. This is the evolution that seemed to be taking a long time, but it is going to be an arrival, a cosmic awakening of the entire body of the universe. Then the dead and the living are the same. There will be no death. Full awareness. You see, earlier this year, I was attacked and I got kidnapped. And after they've beaten me and taken all that I have, they injected me. Whether it was ketamine, I don't know what they gave me, but they gave me 3 times, 10 milligram 3 times. So that was it. I went off. I was gone. When I passed through my mind, I came into my mind, and through my mind, it seemed as if there was a path, there was a current I was following, leading me to one vast mind. We are all minds of one mind.
Yes. Yes.
That's it. I got to that mind. There was this like a sound there. I can't replicate it here. There was that sound there. But I knew that this is the mind that is projecting all minds. And I got back to this body and found that I was in the hospital. I said, seen it all. I've gone home. I've seen the one. I've been to the one. So all minds are waking up and coming back to the one mind. All minds are waking up and coming back to the one mind. There is nothing but a field of intelligence that we call existence. And we just have to wake up as an individual, get fired up and transport back home. That is what it takes. So why would I be afraid of death? Now I know where death takes me.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was so beautiful. That led me to create a Lilacrealization, my website, and started just putting everything there that I experienced. Boy, I don't want to go there. It's a lot. The mind of earth as in soil. The mind of vegetation, plants, trees, and all of that. I saw mind in all these things. Mind as all these things. Intelligence is what we are. Nothing else. And that is why we have to light up that light within us. Do not let fear keep you in the dark. light up that light within you, your mind. That question that will spark up intelligence, ask that question. Don't be afraid. That thing you call God is the one mind. They try to break it down. This thing I'm talking about, a lot of people have been here before me. They are dead and gone. They broke it down to what is now called God Almighty and whatever they call it now. If you are listening to me, God wants you to question him. God wants you to doubt him. That's the only way you will find him in yourself. It is important. If they will take you away from Earth and take you to another planet, you alone to exist there, the question will still come. The questions here will follow you there. Because the reality is not outside you, it's inside you. It's only being mirrored outside. The more I go, the more this will expand.
Would you say that you create your reality?
Yes.
Does everyone create their reality?
Yes. No one creates reality for you, but you relate also with the reality everyone is creating for themselves.
Yes.
And that goes beyond your immediate feed of control.
Yes. Yes.
But when you understand that the other person is me, that gives you access to control the collective. The collective is only a mirage or a reflection, a multiplication of the one.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you have to come to a knowing. People are struggling only with the field, the collective field. The personal field is under your control. Your reality is under your control. But how that your singular reality is mixed up with the reality others are creating around you is what complicates life.
Yes. Yes.
But the key, the formula is simple. I am the other person.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
When that becomes a knowing, then there is none other but you. Then the collective field is no longer collective. It is your field.
Yeah.
It is universe, yours. Belongs to you.
Sorry, that's bubbling somewhere there. So I just feel it on the inside. I'm like, yes, that's the good news.
It is the good news. Yes, it is.
Oh my, wisdom. I feel like I could talk to you for like hours. I'll just sit and listen and let you just keep going and going.
Yes. Thank you. I love the direction this conversation it's been flowing to. Beautiful. You have my entire being responding.
Yes.
So.
But that's what I wanted. That's the whole point. So I'll probably bring you back on again. We'll do it again. But I really, I just want to, I just want to acknowledge, I just want in this moment just to acknowledge as we're wrapping this up here, just your journey. I want to acknowledge the decisions and the choices that you made to keep expanding, to keep digging deep. Once you realized you could do that, once you knew that you could, you gave yourself permission to take it all the way. And I think that's what I want the audience to even hear is that you have permission to take it all the way to the end. Please use your free will for that.
Absolutely.
Use it to go all the way to the end of the questioning and take it all the way to the end, because watching your journey and watching you talk about it and it unfold, I mean, you could just feel it. The momentum was building, right? The momentum's building. And there's hope in what you're sharing. There is joy in what you're sharing. There is peace in what you're sharing. There is transformation in what you're sharing. This is where the collective is going. And I believe that we're all kind of walking through this victim moment right now. Victim consciousness is huge, but we have to go through that. Like all of this is necessary. And I think that's the thing. Like it's just necessary. It's necessary for all of us to grow up, right? It's necessary for all of us to wake up out of the dream, to wake up out of the illusion. And I'm a firm believer that even the experience that you candidly shared about what had happened to you, that was necessary. That was the unlocking for you to hear the heartbeat, because that's what you heard. As I was listening to you, I thought, I've heard that one time, and I can't describe the sound either. I heard it one time, and it came and it went very fast, but it's okay. It's all right. That's part of my process. But it was like this. And
yes.
And the only way I can describe it is it's the heartbeat of the universe.
Absolutely.
It's like an accordion going out and in, out and in.
Yes.
And it's a breath. And every time it goes, it's creating, and then it's creating the other way. And it's like this beautiful, beautiful breath that is incredible. And I remember when I heard that for the very first time, and it changed me. It changed me because it totally lifted me out of one place and put me in a whole totally other place. And I was like, what was that? Where was that? And so I just want to honor your journey of courage and of faith, even of hope, resilience, all of it, wisdom. This has been an incredible conversation, one I could have sat in for a very long time. And I just want to say thank you for being willing to come on from Nigeria and just share your heart.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. And thank you for letting me flow. Just flow. Thank you.
You're welcome, Wisdom. Well, we may do this again. Don't be surprised if I contact you.
No problem.
All right. So for my audience, all of you know that I will be turning this out within about a 24-hour time period. Wisdom's, I'll put the links out for people to see. His interview will come forth. And Wisdom, before I go, is there any last things you want to say? And then please tell people where they can find you. Like if somebody wants to contact you.
All right. Wisdom Amedu on Facebook. Lilacrealization.com. It's my website. I'm on Instagram, Wisdom Amedu, TikTok, Wisdom Amedu.
I'll put all
Yes.
the links in the show notes so everybody can get them. And you never know, I may end up coming to Nigeria. Wouldn't that be amazing?
I
I'll
would be
just
glad
show
to
up.
receive you.
Thank you, Wisdom, for this time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.